Hey y'all, Eli with Alchemy Custom Weaponry here. Welcome back to the channel. Happy 45 Friday if you are watching this on the release date, which of course will be a Friday. Today we're going to talk about the RestoMod series and what that exactly means. I have a lot of questions still. We've done 2 RestoMods so far, one in 2023, one so far in 2024, which we just released. That was the Musoc, which was a great launch, and a lot of folks are pretty upset that we only made 25 of them, but that's sort of how we do things. So, of course, I also have here my personal Combat Limited here. This was the first Resto mod that we ever did to pay tribute to the Packmeyer Combat Special. Very famous, very iconic pistol. Most people that are into classic and traditional custom 1911s are very familiar and probably have a Packmeyer Combat Special on your want list. So that was certainly my inspiration for this pistol when we did it. Yeah, I'd always wanted the Packmeyer Combat Special. Could never find one or afford one even, probably if I could. So I just decided, well, hell, let's just make our own. So the Combat Limited, great gun. That gun sold out in a record time. Still one of the most beautiful pistols I've ever seen. But let's talk about what the RestoMod series means. What is that? So here at Alchemy Custom Weaponry, we're very dedicated to the history of the 1911. If you're familiar with our social media, it's not uncommon for me to post about old 1911s, 1911 history. We did, in fact, for President's Day, I did a little tidbit on the Teddy Roosevelt's or Theodore Roosevelt's 1902 Colt pistol. So, you know, anything really leading up to the 1911 or anything surrounding the 1911 or John Moses Browning's greatness, we are all about. And we hope that you are too. Of course, you being watching this video, I'm sure you're an Alchemy Custom Weaponry fan, but more importantly, you're a 1911 fan, and that's what matters. So the RestoMod series is Alchemy's way, our way of kind of paying tribute to those past guns that kind of got us into 1911s. You know, the Packmeyer Combat Special is one of the first custom 1911s I ever remember seeing in just kind of a wild Google search post, and I just was blown away with it. I've always wanted one since. And so, of course, that's the gun we did here. The Musoc, which was a gun that really inspired Nick, the other sales guy, my boss, and the Cabot sales guy, of course, was heavily influenced by the Musoc. He's always wanted a Musoc pistol, and so the Musoc being a really cool kind of blend of military and civilian ideas on what a 1911 should be, of course, the Musoc pistol made sense for us to do. So what we're gonna get a little bit more into the details of it. So the RestoMod series, we plan on releasing, several of them a year. Several may be too much. This year we have slotted 4 RestoMods. This is 2024, so we have 4 RestoMods slotted for this year. There will only be 25 of each of those guns made. Okay, so this isn't like there's going to be several runs of 25. There is, there was 25 Musocs, there was 25 Combat Limiteds, and there'll be 25 of the next, and 25 of the next, and the next. And these guns are all going to be guns that have inspired us in the past, or twists on guns that that have really been influential throughout the history of not only 1911s but America itself. So there's some really cool stuff coming up 2024. I'm very excited. Of course, we do have the next RestoMod right here. This is one that I am absolutely just jonesing over. I mean, this gun right here, this is the prototype, and I will absolutely be taking it home when we get when we get this this gun finalized. I would absolutely be taking this prototype home. I love it. This gun is a gun that's very important to me, very special to me, or at least the inspiration is very special to me. So this is going to be a really special one. This one's going to be released at NRA show. I will throw up on the screen when we're actually going to be releasing these guns, dates, times, that sort of thing, so that you're aware, you're prepared, and then you're ready to jump on this. Because if you are familiar with the RestoMod series, you understand those jokers don't stay in stock very long. So what we're going to be doing is kind of a pre-order format, so we'll be able to take the orders in advance and then, of course, get the guns built once the orders are in. Now, another thing, too, about the RestoMods, these guns will not take quite as long as the, like a normal direct order or dealer order, simply because the guns are already kind of scheduled to be built, so we kind of have them scheduled to be built already, so they will obviously be done quicker than a normal direct or dealer order. The other thing you need to know is we do have dealers that will be getting these guns. Not many. So of the 25, 10 dealers will get one gun each. Now that's going to be our top 10 dealers. And in fact, that can change even quarterly. So you definitely want to make sure that you're checking the website. If you go down on the more information on the whatever RestoMod you're looking for, you'll see that we have listed the dealers that will be receiving one of those guns. So if you happen to miss it on the direct drop, of course, you can always play your hand with a dealer, and typically they're very happy to help you if you reach out to them. But that is basically the RestoMod series from Alchemy Custom Weaponry. You know, we're a company of 1911 enthusiasts, and I know I say that a lot, but really what that means is we're just people who really appreciate, you know, where the 1911 has been, where it is now, and where it's going. And I think that it's so important for us to focus on the history, especially Alchemy Custom Weaponry. I mean, you look at some of our guns, and they're extremely steeped in classic styling and, you know, the history of a traditional 1911. So it makes sense for us to kind of have these tribute pistols. You know, they're certainly not clones. They're not reproductions. They're our take on a gun that inspired us, or an era of gun, or something to that extent. So do not think that these are going to be reproductions. Don't think that they're going to be, you know, exact clones. These are our take on a certain gun that really, you know, is special to us and is special to 1911s and 1911 history in itself. So with that, I hope that this answered all your questions on the RestoMod series. Of course, if you've been here for a while, you know that it's important to watch our videos for hints for RestoMods, and also for you to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, because of course I do sometimes put up sneak peeks and, you know, things like that, and give you a lot of more kind of on the fly information regarding that kind of stuff. And of course, email. You have to be signed up for our email to be able to get these drops. I don't really know many people who aren't on the email that are able to get these guns, because like I said, when we send that email out, the guns are usually, you know, bought up within, you know, in the case of the Combat Limited, it was a few minutes. The Musoc, it was less than 30 minutes. And then, of course, this gun, which I'm super excited about, I think will really be special, and people are really going to flock to it. So, like I said, this gun right here, NRA show coming up next week. That's going to be May 17th through the 19th, I believe. Of course, like I said, I will have by this point the actual date that this is going to be released, so you all are more prepared. But hey, listen, that is the RestoMod series from Alchemy Custom Weaponry. Thank you so much for joining me today, and carry cocked and locked.